2, 1.
Welcome back to a long overdue episode
Yeah.
of the DoubleA podcast. It's
Mhm.
been
It's been
a while.
It's been a long time. We only did like one this whole semester or last semester.
Last semester we did one,
we
but
did one, but it didn't work.
that's not going to see the light of day anytime
Yeah.
soon. Maybe in the archives
The
or like the unvaulting.
yeah, in the archive, in the Jedi archives.
Yeah, exactly. Impossible.
Yeah.
Perhaps the archives are incomplete.
Yeah, that's basically it.
But yeah, so we're back at it, and you might have noticed the quality has received an upgrade.
Quality has definitely received an upgrade.
Like Joe Rogan better watch his back now, 'cause
Yeah.
we have the technology now. We have the resources.
Yeah, we have the power of God and anime on our side.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we're currently recording at our library's newly opened studio.
Mm-hmm.
And man, if only you were here to see it with us.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's got like the sound, the stuff on the walls that catches the sound, so there's like no sound come bouncing off the walls. It's super dope.
Yeah, you can probably hear like the blood flowing in your veins
Yeah.
from how quiet it is. Do you know that's a room?
Mhm.
Like that's an
yeah,
actual
yeah.
room.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I've like the one. What is it in Wisconsin, right?
I have
University
no
of
idea.
Wisconsin, I think it is. I saw the YouTube video where the guy goes in there and he was like, "It is so crazy." Like, I think the most anybody's ever been in there is like a couple minutes.
Oh,
It's
I
like
bet.
30 maybe. I don't even think anybody's broken an hour.
Probably go crazy.
Yeah, 'cause you can just hear everything, dude. You can hear the blood.
You can hear
flowing.
gin,
That's-
bro.
You can hear gin. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause like it's the ambient sound in the room is negative, like in the negative decibels.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay, I see that.
it's not even quiet. It's
Sound engineer.
negative quiet. Negative
Mhm.
sound basically.
Yeah, negative sound. It like takes away, it absorbs sound.
Pretty much.
It's like a sound vacuum.
Yeah, bro, you're the engineer here.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so like
I'm a bit of an innovator myself.
but yeah, that was a really cool like thing. I want to like go there, try it out.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Sounds like a amusement park thing, you know.
Yeah. We need to get the cry sesh going, dude.
It's I mean, it's pretty early in the semester, you know.
That's true.
So there's no
That's true,
reason
that's
to
true.
cry, but like
That's true.
it'll come soon enough.
Yeah, we got it. We'll get there.
The tears will start welling up.
Yeah, we'll get there. I was watching Dr. Stone yesterday, and I finished the season 1. And I was like, dang, that was good, man.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough to keep up with that show. I'm still at
Mm-mm.
like episode 3.
No, yeah, you're not smart enough. I wouldn't recommend it to you 'cause you're a heathen.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're a-
that makes sense.
You're a barbarian, so yeah.
I'm a nomad Bedouin.
Yeah, you're a Bedouin.
Naked, barefoot Bedouin.
That's what you were doing in Saudi.
Just playing with the camels, you know.
Yeah, that's what them Bedouins be doing.
Yeah, sleeping in tents,
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Yeah,
Trading.
trading,
Not settling in one place.
not settling in one place. That's okay, man. My people did that too. The Mongols, you know.
Oh yeah, you're a Khan.
I'm a
Right,
Khan,
right,
so
right.
yeah, my people did that too. And then, 'cause apparently my family's from Afghanistan,
Ooh.
and I forgot. My dad told me he was like, in like the 1800s, they moved from like the mountainous area into India, and then whenever India Pakistan split, they went to Pakistan.
Oh.
But I
okay.
still have a lot of relatives in India, but then it's like some of them went to Pakistan, some stayed.
You got history.
I got history. Yeah, I got mountain men genes in me, dude.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Like I have a family tree that goes back to the early 1800s.
Oh, okay.
So to be on that book, you got to be like 35 or something. It's like
So your dad's on that book?
yeah. So actually, I don't know if my dad's
Wait,
on that
have
book.
you? Is it
yeah,
like
he
a
is, he is.
physical book?
Yeah, it's a book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that.
So,
But
like my distant relative, he's like a worker for UNICEF, and so he was just like, okay, I'll just keep track of all the family members,
yeah,
all the Mahdi family members,
Yeah.
and like my grandfather, I know for sure is on that book, because by the time that book was written, like
'cause he's
you-
over 35.
yeah, he was already like over 35, married, had kids.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure I'm not on that book though, because it was published in 2010.
Okay.
So,
So you were still a youngin.
Still a fledgling.
Yeah, you were a fledgling.
a youngling.
Yeah, a youngling.
But yeah, it's really cool that there's a record. And every time I'm with like my grandparents, I always ask them like how they got where they are today.
Yeah.
You know, like, 'cause I had my grandmother was visiting over the break.
Yeah.
And you know, I would just like ask her like, oh, you know, how did you end up marrying my grandfather, and like how did you guys end up moving to these places, and like that whole spiel, 'cause you know, like, these people aren't around forever.
Yeah.
You want to like preserve their memory.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
I feel that.
And yeah, same thing with my grandfather on my mom's side. Like, whenever I get the chance, I always ask him. He's got some pretty interesting stories. Yeah, especially since like he was in his formative years during the war.
Yeah.
The wars,
The war.
plural.
Well, I mean, you'll have your own war stories to tell in a couple months, so that's okay.
I've been drafted already, bro.
Yeah, but you're on the ironies side, bro.
The ironies.
Yeah.
The irony.
Yesterday it was like me and Omer, Aman, Solid Sohaib. We were at a Bon Appetit and we were getting like smoothies or whatever. And there was like yesterday was Sohaib's birthday, right? And then we went, and then there was like some chick like we sat down, and then next, like a little bit farther down the bench, some Arab looking chick was like talking to somebody. She had AirPods in or whatever. She was talking to somebody, and she was talking and like it sounded like Arabic, and I was like, dang, she's a recruiter, bro. Why is she staying here? Why is she in a boba shop?
That's where the cream of the crop is. Especially Bon Appetit.
Yeah, that's
like,
true, man.
You don't go to Kung Fu Tea or Share Tea to find the cream of the crop.
No, that's their second rate.
Yeah, those guys are like the degenerates.
Yeah,
and the rejects of society.
Yeah. Bon Appetit, dude. I went over there. Their smoothies are so good.
Yeah,
dude.
Mango smoothie.
I got yesterday. I got mango smoothie with mango jelly and the tapioca, the boba. So good, dude.
Customizing.
So good.
But yeah, that whole like week of events was kind of wild.
What week?
The week that like, so first there was the killing of Soleimani.
Oh yeah. My boy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give any unsavory opinions or anything.
Rip, my boy.
But
this is what this is for, to give your opinion. Everyone gives their opinions.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was.
I don't have any opinions though, because I'm a saint. So.
Oh yes, you're pure of heart.
Yeah.
Now, my opinion on the whole issue is that like, it's the same as always. It's always an unjustified act of war.
Yeah.
You know? Like same with Desert Storm. Except, I mean, I guess with Desert Storm, Saddam Hussein did like invade Kuwait.
My boy did invade Kuwait. That is true.
And, you know, that was kind of uncalled for.
That was uncalled for. That was not the move.
Not the move.
That's definitely not a vibe, man.
He got his vibe checked pretty hard.
He definitely got his vibe checked by America.
And he failed.
By old George W. Bush.
Yep. Our favorite shoe dodging president.
Yes.
He's got some agility, though.
He's got some agility, bro. I saw that, man. I saw that.
At his age?
He's got the slip and roll.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
He dodged two of them, not just one.
Yeah, I know. That guy was like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, I know you're coming with it.
He passed the vibe check for sure.
Yeah, he definitely did.
But yeah, like that was like obviously the Kuwaiti invasion was uncalled for, but that they didn't even like invade Iraq for that purpose.
Yeah.
Right? It was for the whole weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Kind of like that allegation, which they knew was wrong.
Yeah.
They knew that there was no weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to present day. They killed Soleimani, and it's just like at the time, like before Iran retaliated, I was like, oh shit, this might actually boil over.
Yeah.
Because the Middle East kind of like a powder keg at the moment.
Yeah.
Not exactly like the World War I powder keg with the whole alliances
with
and
Lawrence
stuff.
of Arabia and.
Yeah.
Did your grandfather know Lawrence of Arabia?
No, my grandfather was
your great grandfather.
My great grandfather. I mean, he could have. He might have. He did. He did fight in the war. I know that.
In World War I.
Yeah.
Your
He fought against the
great-grandfather.
Ottomans.
Against the Ottomans.
Yeah, he got.
So
fought
he
ag-
might have worked
he
with
might have
Lawrence of
worked
Arabia.
with Lawrence of Arabia, bro.
Dang,
He might have.
That's crazy.
No, but my grandpa was born before World War II, like 4 years before World. No. He was born
Really?
during World War II.
Oh, okay. I was about
but-
to say because my grandpa was born in World War II also.
Yeah.
He's like 42.
1944.
I think mine was like 42, I believe, or something
Yeah.
like that.
But no, I was
40 something.
referencing 48, which is when Israel became a state.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so my grandfather was in the middle of that.
Mm-hmm.
My great grandfather fought in World War One.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically like all my grandparents have seen wars.
I mean, I know both of my grandpas didn't fight in any wars.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure they saw, but I don't think they were really affected that much. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but like mine were like in the middle
Yeah.
of wars, you know?
Yeah, yours was just like they were like straight up in the trenches.
Yeah, not
Straight up in the dunes.
in the dunes. Yeah, that's
In the dune.
under the olive trees.
Yeah. Under the olive tree. They were taking cover behind the olive trees.
Yeah. So like my grandfather from my dad's side was like in the middle of the war in 48. And my
Just
other
twist it.
other grandfather
Yeah,
in
it'll twist. Yeah. Just twist
just a little twist from
that's
from
much
my
better.
mom's side.
Mm-hmm.
He was part, like he wasn't part of the war, but
Mhm.
he was like in the middle of the war in 67.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just like 6 days long.
Yeah.
Like it was called the 6-Day War.
Mm.
So that wasn't that crazy.
That's a vibe.
I bet he felt that way back then. And he was like 17
Oh,
during that time. Like he was in high school. So it must have been even crazier.
yeah.
Just a year older and he might have been drafted. I don't know how drafts work over there.
I don't think they have drafts.
Oh,
they
yeah,
just, They just come around and they're like, all right, come on. And there's really nothing you can do about it.
No. So
Or you can pay like a camel or something. You can give them
Yeah.
a camel.
donate, like if you give up your firstborn daughter. No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
But
I was
so-
about to believe you.
no, there's no.
I'm like, hey, man, I don't know, man. That's your customs, bro.
That's all you, bro. No, there's no organized military in Palestine, so
Yeah.
there is no draft.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just if you're.
It's like the
Wait.
polls on GroupMe. Who wants to?
Exactly. Yeah.
Does the whole state? Does
Yeah,
the whole
how-
state have a GroupMe?
Hamas like has a group me,
Oh,
and they like yeah.
Can you hook me up in there? Or is it like is it like run by a bot or something? Like Gorp. What was that guy's name?
Gorp.
From the meme chat.
Oh, the one I got
Gork.
kicked out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
My stay was like 2 minutes, and then I broke the forbidden rule.
Mine was a good couple weeks, but those guys are notorious, man.
Wait,
Those
what
guys
did you do?
Are ruthless.
Did you post a recycled meme,
No, I just sent a meme.
and then they kicked you out?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
'Cause was
It
it like,
was probably they probably said it was trash or something.
bro? All the memes in that group are trash.
Yeah, I know. But everybody says that it's trash and it's really funny.
Like,
But I don't
except
know.
the ones that our boys send. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
we still
like-
got boys in the chat.
They don't even send anything.
Oh,
bro.
they don't.
No, they never did. They sent like one maybe
Okay.
a month,
Well, you know,
and that motherfucker's in Pakistan now.
that's why he's on the WhatsApp vibe now.
Yeah, he's now. Yeah. Remember a couple months ago, we were trying to get WhatsApp going, and then he was like, "This chat's gonna die," and then we were like, "Oh, okay, yeah," and then it died.
Yeah.
Now this motherfucker's in Pakistan. He's gonna have to use
He's
WhatsApp
gonna
now.
have to, yeah.
You got no choice, man.
He wishes
You got
we had a-
WhatsApp and you got Viber. That's all you
Viber,
got,
yeah,
man.
Exactly. No, I mean you
Hit
got
us up on WhatsApp. You know who you are.
but I am. That's the thing.
Pakistan. Freaking gay, dude.
It's
Get a-
blocked
go to
in
freaking
Saudi though.
Pakistan. What is WhatsApp?
WhatsApp?
Really? What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember you
For the
told me.
telecom companies.
Telecom.
And in the UAE too. But you know VPNs.
I feel that. What about Viber?
You know you could get WhatsApp on your laptop.
Yeah, it's an app.
I don't know why anyone uses it on their laptop, but
It's like Skype, bro. It's like Skype.
Oh yeah, I
You
guess
never-
you could use it like Skype.
Yeah. It's like Skype, bro.
You ever had a Skype Quran teacher?
I was just about to ask you that. If you, that's a important. That is like the most essential part of growing up as a Muslim nowadays. You have to have a Quran teacher on Skype. Yeah, I had it. I hated it so much, dude. I hated it so much.
I had like growing up, I didn't have a Skype Quran teacher. I had an actual Quran teacher.
I didn't. It was just my mom. She just taught me. And then I think whenever I was like 5th or 6th grade, and they started me online with the Quran teacher, and then I kept reading with him for like a good 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
And then whenever I was in, I think I might have been like a sophomore, or I think once I got into high school, we just stopped because I read fine, you know. I got all the tajweed down and all that good stuff.
How much did it cost?
I don't know. I was like 13, bro. How am I supposed to?
Okay.
My mom was just telling me, she's like, man, we got to pay this guy $60 for this.
Oh, damn.
No, I don't know. I don't know for sure. Why would I? She would never tell me.
Just look at the Venmo.
They never tell me anything that has to do with money, bro.
Oh, that's probably where your money goes.
To Crown class, yeah, probably.
Yo, I
all
think
my
I
birthday
figured
money.
it out.
That's true.
But
They probably save it. No, my mom, she said that she would hang on to it, but she's very ambiguous about. She'll never tell me anything, and she just gives me stink eye if I ever ask any questions. I wish we had a camera here so I could show y'all, but that's okay. But yeah, she just gives me stink eye every time I ask her any kind of question, and yeah.
Maybe it's for your dowry.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll make that on my own, dude. I'll make it on my own. Just let me use the money that I got for my graduation or birthdays or whatever. Probably saving it for some bullshit like that.
Yeah, probably.
My wedding fund or some
Your
shit.
wedding fund. Yeah, I mean, Desi parents got to go all out on weddings.
Yeah,
for some
I don't
reason.
give a fuck, dude. They always want to have big wedding. I don't care about big wedding or small wedding, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me that much either.
Yeah, but they just want to have a big one, man.
It's not your wedding. It's their wedding. It's their
Yeah, pretty
You know
pretty
what I mean?
much. I mean,
it's not about you.
I'm the bobblehead.
Yeah, you're
Me
the
and
puppet.
whoever else is the bobblehead. We're just the bobbleheads.
Exactly. It's not about you and your and getting married and stuff. It's
Yeah.
about just having
It's
all
about shitting on the food
the
and shitting on the
not
the
literally,
room and
guys, not literally.
yeah, just talking shit about the room and the food.
Exactly. Yeah. I watched this movie recently.
Was it a Bollywood movie?
No, it's not.
Ah,
Bollywood.
dang.
It's called Farewell. It's pretty good. It was pretty.
Is it new?
Yeah, it's pretty new. I mean, the actress got a Golden Globe.
Farewell.
Yeah. The lead
who's in it?
actress got a
Who's in it?
Aquafina.
Oh, really? Are you serious? She's in a lot of stuff now, actually. She's in that show where she's like a loser, and then her friends try and get her a job. She's in that show.
Is it like Netflix?
I'm not sure. I've just seen the what's it called? No, I think it's on actual TV.
Oh, okay.
I've just seen the what's it called? The trailer. But I forgot what it was for.
So basically, the whole premise of the show of the movie is that the grandma is about to die from lung cancer, and her family doesn't want the doctor doesn't tell her.
Yeah.
And the family doesn't want to tell her because they want her to live without worrying about it, right? And live out her last days without worrying about it. And so they want to gather all the family because they're all like one part of the family. One of her sons and his family is in the U.S. and that's Aquafina's dad. Yeah. And another of her sons is in Japan. And so
Did you say Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
And so he has a girlfriend who's Japanese, and so they fake.
I wish I had. I was kidding.
Yeah, I know you do.
I was getting teased for that yesterday, but she wasn't even Japanese. She was Korean.
Close enough.
It was close enough.
All right, but the Japanese kid, or he's not Japanese, but his dad moved to Japan.
Yeah.
So he had a Japanese girlfriend, and they faked a wedding. To kind of get everyone together without raising suspicion to the grandma that she was dying. So it was kind of I don't know, it kind of reminded me of that the wedding it wasn't actually about them. It was about, getting the family together. And I guess that's in good intentions. I don't want to spoil the movie because you might.
What is it called?
It's called Farewell.
That's okay. I never watched movies like that alone. Oh, The Farewell.
Yeah, it's a true story.
It's a true story?
Yeah, it's a true story.
98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Billy's family returns to China under the guise of a fake wedding to stealthily say goodbye to their beloved matriarch, the only person that doesn't know she only has a few weeks to live. What? Box office. That was cool.
So do you think you'll watch it?
No,
Okay.
I don't watch movies like that, bro.
Okay, so
Aquafina, yeah, she's
the way it ended was that the grandmother never died. Yeah, so that was pretty dope.
So she just got better.
Yeah, she got better.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's weird because it's stage 4 cancer, right?
Stage 4.
Right, like
God,
I mean, she was only given like a couple weeks to live, and yet
nobody in real life
just
recovers
walks
from
it
stage
off.
4, dude.
She just literally
Like Forrest Gump.
she does Tai Chi a couple times, and then all of a sudden she doesn't have stage 4 cancer anymore.
That is definitely not real, bro.
If
it was like Wing Chun or something, then I would believe it. She'd be like Ip Man, beating up the doctors and stuff, and they'd be like, okay, you are free. And then she's fine, but with Tai Chi, I can't believe that. Dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, dude, speaking of Tai Chi, there's a movie. It's called The Man of Tai Chi, and it was really good. I watched it I think maybe last year or something. It was really good. It had Keanu Reeves in it. He was the bad guy, and then it was pretty good. It was about this guy who's he learns Tai Chi, right? But and he's really good at fighting or whatever. So then he does this underground fighting thing, and he becomes the champ or whatever. But then his master kind of disowns him because he turns dark. And then towards the end of the movie, and Keanu Reeves' character, he runs the underground fight ring, and then he just keeps corrupting the guy. And then after a while, the guy fights his master, and then he loses, and then the master says some stuff. He's like, "You are misguided," or whatever. And then the guy's like, "Oh shoot, this is really bad. I've messed up." And then he goes to confront Keanu Reeves, and then they fight. So it was pretty good.
Wait, so Keanu Reeves gets beat by the master?
No, the guy. It's the small Asian guy. I forgot what his name is, but
so how does
Keanu Reeves is the bad guy?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So is he the one reading the underground ring or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the one doing the underground ring, and then the guy wants to fight for money because he's tight on money and stuff. And I think he just to help out his family. So he starts fighting. And then he beats up everybody, and then he wins, and then he keeps winning and stuff, and then keeps getting more money. But then the Keanu Reeves corrupts him.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Good fight scenes, and then good fight scenes.
On the flight back, I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Did you watch it?
Oh, dude, I still have to watch that movie.
My only I have no idea what that movie was, bro.
Really?
I have no idea.
Dude, I love Tarantino so much, man. Oh, have you? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
It was I don't know. You know the whole context of the movie, right?
Yeah. It's 1960s Hollywood.
Right, and the Manson murders are going on.
Yeah.
So the one thing I did like about the movie is that
hold on. Charles Manson.
Yeah, Charles Manson.
Remember? Have you seen that video where he's where they're reading him a sentence or whatever in court, and he's dancing?
What? Wait, what?
You haven't seen that?
No,
bro. It's so funny. He's just starts doing some dance moves. Okay, go ahead. I'll look it up.
Okay. So, the one of the things that I did like about the movie was that it was really unconventional in its presentation. It was a movie. It was a bunch of movies within a movie, kind of.
Here, watch this. Put it up to the mic. What? He just starts getting up. He just gets up and starts starts dancing.
What?
I was like, why? I saw it on Instagram and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. How many people did he kill? Like 10?
Bro, I don't think so. He's not the one who like personally killed them.
Okay.
He influenced people to kill them.
He influenced people?
He influenced people.
Oh
to
shit,
kill them.
that's even worse, dude.
He rounded up like a group of young people.
Yeah.
And like brainwashed them. I guess he was that charismatic.
Shoot, yeah.
To where like he would just tell them like go to this person's house and kill him like in the most horrible way possible.
Oh, god dang.
And they would do it. It's really crazy.
Dang.
And they're like really impressionable hippie like
Yeah.
youngsters, you know.
Yeah.
During that time.
Okay.
So it was that kind of context, like
Mhm.
it was kind of like a historical fiction.
Yeah.
So like it did have some elements of it that were real, but
Mhm.
and then some elements that weren't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that whole context was pretty cool, but like it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it is a long movie.
So it's-
Tarantino's movies are long.
Yeah, it's a long movie,
And
and
I think Inglourious Bastards was like 2.5, I believe.
yeah, I've yet to watch that. No, I still have
Django
to.
was pretty short though. I think
Django
Django was
Unchained?
like the shortest actually.
Okay.
But Kill Bill I think was like 3 hours as well, and Pulp Fiction was like well over 2.
See, those are like action movies.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time wasn't really an action movie. It just it told a story,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it was a really long-winded story.
Mhm.
It wasn't all like parts of it weren't all that entertaining to
Mhm,
watch.
yeah.
So I mean, that's my 2 cents on it. You might
Yeah.
like it a lot just 'cause you like Tarantino.
Yeah, I like Tarantino
But
a lot.
it was a really like his style of presentation was really unique. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
about it.
he's a unique guy, man.
And Brad Pitt and LDC had like awesome acting roles.
yeah, they have really good chemistry.
Yeah,
apparently.
like I really like the whole like
I love their
best friend
character.
dynamic.
Yeah, I love their whole character thing where Brad Pitt is like the stunt man and then
Mm.
Leonardo DiCaprio is like he's like the washed up actor.
It's
I love
official, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm a has-been.
I'm a has been.
Yeah, like even the parts where they're acting within the movie,
Yeah.
those were like the acting was really good in those parts.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
You know,
Where they acted, where they were acting.
exactly. Yeah, so it's almost like an inception of acting.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, you should. I would recommend it since you like Tarantino movies.
Tarantino.
Doesn't he have like a thing for feet?
What?
Well-
If my guy Tarantino has a foot fetish, then that's okay.
No, but like, I think like I read somewhere that like all his it's not. I don't even know if it's his movies or anything, but it's
Yeah.
just like he has like a preference or some weird fixation on feet.
Like Kira Yoshikage in Hands.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But not to that extent.
Oh, okay.
I
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he looks like he likes feet.
yeah, that's
That's
the least of it.
He looks like just the way he looks. Are you looking him up right now?
Yeah, I'm
the way,
looking it up.
Just the way he looks.
But he's got talent. I'll give him that. Tarantino
We might have to go to war, bro.
feet.
The jiu-jitsu club,
Go to war with who?
Taekwondo, I think,
Ooh.
because we're having some problems scheduling for like the rest of the semester,
Mhm.
and in our group chat we're like, who took because usually our times are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 5 to 7, but those times are taken up. And we're like, who took them? Because judo does it later. Judo comes in after us, but they do it at like 7, and so we do 5 to 7. But somebody took it before us, so it was probably the Taekwondo people. And we're talking in the chat, and I'm like, yeah, dude, we can just. And one of the guys in there was like, just challenge them, challenge them to like a 5v5, and then whoever wins keeps
Kabaddi?
the room. Yeah. No, just a straight up brawl in the room.
Free
and then
for all.
whoever- Yeah, free for all. And then whoever wins, we get to. And then they keep the room. And I was like, we're fine, dude, because they're not even gonna do any real damage, bro.
The take one. I mean, they're like really light, right?
Yeah, they do like kicks and stuff, but I would be afraid if they were like old school taekwondo where they actually hit you.
Mm.
But like now, for taekwondo competitions, like even in the Olympics and stuff too, they don't do. It's not like a regular fight. You know, it's not like the UFC or whatever. They just spar. Like if you hit them, then that's it. That's a point, and you win that round.
It's just
It's point sparring.
Okay, yeah, that reminded
So-
me of a scene in Once Upon a Time, and like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Not that, obviously.
I know. Didn't he get backlash? He got a lot of backlash for playing Bruce Lee like that.
He was
did?
like really stereotypical about it. Yeah, but
I want to
mean,
watch. I saw
he
the
is
trailer.
Asian. Though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, "Oh, Bruce Lee's in there, dude! I gotta watch
Came
that."
back to life.
He came back for Tarantino.
And like he was like what the and that all that stuff, you know. But that scene was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was talking about how like he admired boxers
Yeah.
because when they fight to kill.
Mm-hmm.
But like his sport is all about style.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's,
what.
like,
That,
a
yeah,
lot
that's
more
what he
restrained.
talked about. That's what he was talking about because whenever he came over here, because he was like he trained in Wing Chun,
Mm.
which is like a style of kung fu.
Mm-hmm.
And he trained under Ip Man, right? So Ip Man trained him, and then he did Wing Chun and stuff, and all that stuff works over there because everybody's like pretty much the same size. I mean, Bruce Lee was a small guy, but there aren't really many large Chinese people either, and even like our size, honestly. And he came over here to America, and then he was like, "Oh shoot, this Wing Chun ain't working on these big white boys, man." Because they're out here boxing and wrestling, so
Yeah.
that's why he invented Jeet Kune Do.
Oh.
He brought in like boxing and stuff from and wrestling and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, he was talking about like they were asking him, "Would you beat Muhammad Ali in a
No,
fight?"
he would not.
And he
dude.
was like, "I'd leave him a cripple." And so Brad Pitt starts laughing,
Yeah,
and he's like, "What's so funny, huh?"
yeah,
And then he's like, "Well, you know, I'm pretty sure you would never like even put a dent in Muhammad Ali."
yeah.
And so he's like, "All right, we'll do a friendly competition. Best out of 3 who falls on the floor, right?" So the first round, Brad Pitt takes a hit and he falls on the floor.
Yeah.
He does it just to kind of like gauge him.
Uh-huh.
The second round, Bruce Lee goes in for like a drop kick.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt takes him and slams him into a car and leaves a dent in it. It was crazy.
They
And yeah, Brad Pitt's supposed to be like this.
stunt man. Yeah,
He's
a tough
like a
stunt man.
war hero.
He's a war hero.
Alleged wife murderer.
Oh shoot.
We never find out whether or not he
okay.
actually killed his wife.
Oh. Yeah, that's what Tarantino. I love what Tarantino does with that. Like he always adds some background in his characters, but you never see it happen in the movie.
It's
Like
he's
yeah,
mysterious.
yeah, like in Django. You hear that Django's wife that is pretty much the whole reason why the movie happens. He wants to go save his wife, and so I forgot what the guy's name. Christopher. God dang! Why do I never remember his name? I always get him mixed up with
LDC.
no. Christoph Waltz, I think. Christopher Walken. Wait, no, not Christopher Walken. Christoph Waltz. He was the main bad guy
In Django.
no, he was a good guy in Django. Yeah, Christoph Waltz. He was a good guy in Django, and so he saves Django. And Django's like, "Oh, I want to save my wife." And he's like, "What's your wife's name?" He says this name, and then he's like, "Oh, that's a German name." And he was like, "Yeah, her she grew up in Germany whenever she was a kid or something." So then it's just like some random backstory that we never get to see, but it's pretty cool. You know?
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So back to the foot fetish dialogue. So it says so Pulp Fiction was his big like break, right?
Yeah.
So it says that he showed Uma Thurman.
I'd say Reservoir Dogs was his big break.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs was a pretty it was critically appraised, but like Pulp Fiction
was just blew
big
it.
deal.
Yeah,
blew up.
Yeah.
He's like it showed Uma Thurman barefoot, and there's a foot massage dialogue between Sam Jackson and John Travolta.
Yeah. I remember. I've seen clips of that.
And then Jackie Brown has its dose of feet. Who wears jewelry on her toes. Kill
Sexy.
Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2 have a lot of shots with different of feet with different shoes, as well as Uma Thurman's bare feet again. So like you see where I'm going with this. Inglorious Bastards is a scene with Hans Landa verifying that the shoe he found at the tavern was Bridget von
I remember that
Hammersmark's,
scene.
who at the same time has one foot in a cast with her toes popping out.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
Yeah, so
I remember that scene very vividly. He was so good in that movie, dude. Have you seen
oh,
Inglorious Bastards?
no, I need to.
Oh, you have to watch it, man.
Yeah, but with
So
Once
good.
Upon a Time, like all
Probably
the girls
Christoph
are
Waltz's best
barefoot in that
performance.
movie.
And Once Upon a Time, really?
And Once Upon a Time, like the Manson, like,
Even Margot Robbie.
yeah, it says especially from Margot Robbie and Margaret Qualley.
God dang, I need to watch this video now.
Boing.
No.
But yeah. Oh, okay.
Margot
Yeah.
Robbie's like one of the rare 10s, bro.
She's all right.
She's a 10, dude. Undeniable.
Her hair's weird. It's too like, or at least in the movie, it's like too shaped. Like
That's just how it was in the 60s.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
She really wears her hair like that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's just how they did it for the movie.
Yeah,
bro.
she probably looks prettier in real life than
I
in
know.
the movie. And in the movie, she's like, I don't even know what.
Like, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
No, I haven't.
She was in there.
Uh,
I feel like you've seen the picture where it's like Leonardo DiCaprio
where he's crawling up to her.
where he's crawling up to
Yeah.
some chick, and then
Yeah.
the chick has the
Yeah,
has her stiletto in his face.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
Margot Robbie.
That's Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Quentin Tarantino has a foot fetish.
Yeah, it's confirmed, man.
Yeah.
My guy's a little bit of a freak.
Hey man,
That's okay though, man.
It's okay, yeah.
That's okay. You gotta.
We don't kink shame here.
We don't kink shame.
As long as he keeps making good movies.
Yeah, as long as he keeps making good movies.
Did you ever
that's
see the interview where like this one reporter was interviewing him,
fine. I never watch a lot of interviews, bro.
and so basically like he was there to promote his movie, obviously. I mean,
Mhm.
there's no other reason for him to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy keeps like asking him like, why do you have so much violence in your movies
Mm-hmm.
and stuff? Oh no, there's an even funnier interview, and it's like, why are your movies so violent?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, because it's fun. Like here, let me follow.
That's true.
It's like it's so funny. 'Cause
Violent
it's
movies are a lot of fun.
so unprofessional on live TV.
That's true.
But he's a cool guy,
Yeah.
and
He's a character.
like the fact that he was able to cast like LDC and Brad Pitt in the same movie.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude. But
it's crazy.
Yeah. Weren't they in? I feel like they've done in one movie before, but I don't know. I don't think so, actually. No, never mind. That was I'm thinking about Oceans, like the Ocean movies. But that was George Clooney and Brad Pitt and Matt Damon.
This movie's doing very well, by the way, Quentin. Why are you with us? Why did you decide to do
Why
this?
am I with you?
Yeah, I mean, did you decide to...
So it can keep doing good and
I
to
see.
spread the Kill Bill word,
I
especially
see.
to the San Francisco
He's wearing a
Bay
football
Area.
jersey, by
Is
the
he?
way, for a TV interview. But like
I
right
see
now,
it.
it's showing us.
Okay, that's fine.
Should see Kill Bill.
Yeah, they'll have them blast.
Exactly.
Keep skipping on that, brother.
Just like boys.
Female Avenger.
Wait, okay, there's probably like a link in the scene, in the comments.
Yeah, probably.
They live by a code of honor and they die by that code of honor.
And innocent people
the-
die along the way.
everyone keeps
about
quoting
that
it.
kind of thing. Now, tell me this.
Innocent people die along the way because unfortunately, that's the story of
Just
revenge.
look up
Revenge is
just
messy.
look up
Whatever
the
works out
quote.
way you
Just look up the
want it.
quote. Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Violence. Why not let us imagine
Because it's
a
so
little
much fun, Jan. Get it?
bit? Oh, really? Okay, I'd like to see you walk down
Sounds
the
like-
street and get attacked by some
Bro, this is a
guys.
really dynamic interview.
I know,
This is
right?
like Joker. It's like Joker when he's like, "What do you get when you cross a mentally ill loner
With a society,
with a society?"
you get what you fucking deserve. Yeah, that was a great scene.
I love that movie, dude. That
I
movie
need
was-
to watch it.
That movie's like one of my top 5 movies
Oh damn.
of all time, dude.
Yeah, I watched
So
Shawshank on the flight
Dude,
after the semester.
Shawshank is also one of my top 5 movies.
Amazing, bro.
Such a good movie.
It's crazy.
Such a good
Like, I don't know where to start, man.
That
It's
movie's
just
so good. I love it. I don't know. I remember whenever I watched it, because I usually don't watch those kind of movies, and I was like, oh, let's just give it a try because I've heard that it's like one of the greatest movies ever. And I watched it and I finished it. And I was like, oh my god, that was amazing.
It was
Such a good story.
yeah.
Such a good story, dude.
I don't, honestly, it might be my favorite movie.
It's not my favorite movie, but it's in my top 5, definitely.
What would you say is your favorite?
Rocky or Rocky 2.
Oh,
One of those.
yeah.
One of those two. I mean, you can switch it either one because every time at the very end of the fight, dude, and the music's playing and he's in the ring, and even in the first one, whenever he lost, he still went the distance. He was like so proud of himself. I can't help but cry, dude. I can't help but cry. I cry like a baby, dude. Not like manly I just cry like a baby, man.
You sob.
I just sob, dude. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's not like a set. It's like a happy.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
know
like
what
an
you mean.
uplifting
I know what you mean.
sob.
Yeah.
So Rocky 1, Rocky 2. It's like this. I get the same effect because in I think maybe Rocky 2 actually, because like in the first one he loses, but then he's like, Adrian, and then they meet in the ring and it's like, I love you. But then in the second one he's like, yo, Adrian, I did it, and then he's like holding up the belt, and then I can't help but cry in that scene, man. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
you
need
did-
to watch that, bro.
You did it, Rock.
You did do it.
You did do it, man.
Well, what is Stallone doing nowadays?
Stallone, Creed 2. I mean, I think the last movie was like Rambo, the last Rambo.
Oh, how was it? Did you ever watch that
I
one?
haven't seen it. I have to though. I remember I watched the first Rambo. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I never watched the Rambo movies.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one. The first one was good, but it was kind of weird. I still like kind of don't understand why the whole conflict happened, because the whole conflict is like he's a Vietnam War vet, right? And so he's like a drifter, and then he goes into some town, and then the police like take him out. They're like, we don't like your kind around here, and he's like, oh, okay. But he has to get through the town. He has to eat something or whatever. I don't know. So then they take him to the police station or whatever, and then they like start messing with him, and then he has like Vietnam flashbacks, and then he like freaks out, right? And then he like freaks out and hits the guys. So then the police start chasing him, and then it's like him versus the police for like the whole time. He thinks he's like back in Vietnam or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really wild. So then I'm like, but then throughout the halfway through the movie, I'm like, wait, so he did all this, and then like, I think not even halfway through the movie, like he's already like brought down like a chopper. He's already like brought down like a police chopper. And I'm like, what? Why is there? He already took down a helicopter, and it's like it's not even halfway into the movie, and he's just like running away. And I'm
He's
like,
already on 5 stars, bro.
yeah, no, he just went from 0 to 100 real quick, and I was like, what is going on? But it was still a good movie nonetheless. But yeah, Stallone, I think he.
Speaking of Vietnam,
Creed 2.
did you ever watch Tropic Thunder?
Yes. Tropic Thunder was such a good movie. Oh my god. Tropic Thunder, bro. Robert Downey Jr. was so good in that movie. And bro, literally the entire cast was amazing.
I know.
Who was it? It was Robert Downey
Jack
Jr.
Black.
Jack Black.
I think Ben Stiller's in that
Yeah,
movie too.
Ben Stiller was
Who else?
Tom Cruise had like he was that fat guy. He had a small role.
Oh, okay.
He's a fat guy on the other end of the phone.
So they just had a cameo?
Yeah. It wasn't like cameo. It was like he was actually a real character, but he was only in a couple scenes.
Okay.
But his was so funny, dude. Tropic Thunder was such a good movie.
Tropic Thunder was
Hilarious.
amazing.
RDJ and blackface, dude. That was so funny.
How's that? How do they even show that
I don't
movie
know.
anymore?
It was so funny, but it was 2008. That was like I think that was the same year whenever what's it called? The Hangover came out. Dude, have you seen The Hangover?
No. I
Oh
haven't.
my god. It's one of the
That's
funniest.
also with RDJ, right?
No.
I know it's with Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis, Matthew McConaughey, and I always forget the other guy's name. The guy from The Office, the tall guy with glasses.
The tall guy with glasses.
Andy.
Andy
from The Office.
I forgot his name.
Andy Byrne, something from The Office.
No, I
It's
forgot
that
his
guy.
like actual name.
No, I never remember. But he's in there, He's in there. It's them three. If you have never seen it before, dude, it's a hilarious movie. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. But if I watch it now, then I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it's not as funny. But it's like the first time you watch it is definitely the best time.
Okay.
It's hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, it's like that's one of those movies that my parents never let me watch growing up.
No,
you know?
definitely. Me neither. I only watched it like last year.
Okay, yeah.
I
So I
watched it, like,
definitely have to.
last year, yeah.
I think RDJ was in The Delivery. I don't know if you watched that one.
I have not seen
What is it? So yeah, Tropic Thunder was hilarious.
it.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho.
that one, like, I only vaguely remember parts of it.
Bro,
but
I've seen Nacho Libre.
I remember it's.
I still remember
gold.
whenever it first came out, dude. I was a kid, and I remember watching the what's it called? The commercials for it, and then I never saw it in theaters though. Whenever it came out on DVD, my friend had it on DVD, and I would go to his house, my neighbor, and we would go watch it. I remember the scene where him and the skinny guy, they fight those crazy small guys, and then they lose, but then they win the money. And then he was like, "Oh, but we lost." And I was like, "Yeah, but you still get paid." And he's like, "Oh, yeah." I still remember that. That was so funny.
Like, Jack Black is always in the movies that I find absolutely hilarious. But
we were talking about what movies to watch last night.
yeah.
And we were talking about one of us was like, "Let's watch The Shining."
Oh, I have to watch that one.
Yeah, The
Still haven't
Shining,
watched it.
and so Habe was like, "Let's watch The Shining," and then I was like, "Yeah, let's watch The Shining." And Omar was like, or somebody else was like, The Shining? And then we were like, "Yeah, The Shining." It's like that old horror movie. And then so it was like trying to think about the name of the main actor.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson. And then Omar was like, "It's got Jack Black." And I was like, "It does not have Jack Black in it." I was like, "But I can imagine that would be so funny."
He's in that picture in the end.
Yeah, that would be so funny.
Yeah, I need to watch that movie because it's supposed to
bro.
have like a twist that's really good. Also, my parents keep telling me The Village is a really good movie. Have you watched it?
The Village. Is it a horror movie?
I don't know, but it's supposed to have a really good twist.
The Village.
Sixth Sense. See, I would have enjoyed Sixth Sense a lot more if I hadn't known how it ended, but it was still a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, it's a Shyamalan movie.
Village?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Village.
that's what I thought. Yeah, he's the one with all the twists.
Yeah, it's like. It looks like horror, but it says drama/fantasy. But it sounds like horror because an Amish-style community lives cut off from the outside world by the woods, in which they believe dangerous creatures exist. They have an uneasy truce with the creatures. If they stay out of the woods, they are left unharmed. So yeah.
Interesting.
When one of the young villagers becomes ill, the boy who loves her ignores the elders of the village to make him bid to the next town to fetch medicine.
And so I guess that causes the chain of events.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to watch that one.
Chaser or something. It looks pretty creepy.
Have you ever watched The Mask?
The Mask? The one with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch that one?
Yeah. Of course I do.
Jim
I
Carrey.
I was in the prime time, dude.
Yeah.
I still remember whenever the commercial came out for that.
Ooh.
He was like, "Smoking." He was like looking in the mirror.
I used to watch the cartoon show for that.
Oh,
And it's
I never
like-
watched the cartoon.
Like, it was still really good,
never
but it
watched the
was not
cartoon.
even in the realm of how not for kids
the movie was.
the movie is.
Dude,
yeah.
the movie was like so adult.
Yeah, it was
Because
very adult.
it's based on a comic.
Oh, it
It's
is?
based on a comic.
That makes a lot of sense,
It's based on a
actually.
comic book, and the comic book is like really, really adult. It's
Oh,
really not safe
shoot.
for work.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
But it's really good from what I've heard. I've seen
Yeah.
like YouTube videos and stuff. Apparently, it's like really good, but it's like really adult, like a really like straight up 18 plus.
18, yeah, you got to go to, like, behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Did
But
game shops ever have, like, did the game shops you go to ever have that?
What?
Like, a curtain
No.
for the adult section?
No.
No?
No. Do they have that in Saudi?
No, when I was growing up in the UAE,
Oh, in the UAE.
they did have like the
I
18,
I would guess they would do that in the UAE, but never. No, not here. Nobody cares. Over
like
here,
the
dude.
rated, not even
Freaking
like
12-year-olds know, or like 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
10-year-olds know what's up, dude.
yeah, they know.
They know, not like what's up, like in a good way. Like they're 10 and they know how babies are born and stuff. It's like, stop.
Yeah. Eminem said it. What was the lyric? It was like,
It was in Real Slim Shady.
yeah.
He was like, I forgot something
was,
kids, and then he was like,
they teach it on the
expect them not to know what a woman's clitoris is, but
yeah.
they got the Discovery Channel, don't they?
Yeah.
It was like
yeah.
that.
It's like learning what intercourse is in 4th grade.
Yeah,
they got the
yeah.
Discovery
Yeah,
Channel.
yeah,
don't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, kids are growing up way too much now, dude.
They're growing up
It's
too
It's
fast.
ridiculous. Got 9-year-olds playing Call of Duty and stuff. It's like, come on, man.
I
At
mean,
least be like 12 or something.
yeah,
man. You got to be in middle school.
bro. I didn't have a Wii until I was in 3rd grade.
I didn't have a Wii until I was already a man. No, I'm kidding.
I still need to watch The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, you need to watch.
Wait,
That's
okay,
another
so
one
so
of my
how
top
how does it
5
work?
favorite.
Okay, so like I know there's Batman Begins, and that's
Yeah,
the first one,
Batman
right?
Begins.
And is that a trilogy on its own?
No, it's just Batman Begins is the first movie in the trilogy.
Right. And then what's after that?
The Dark Knight.
And then
The Dark Knight Rises.
okay, so that's the whole Nolan trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it has the same Batman all the way throughout.
Christian Bale.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, isn't there a different Batman? Isn't there a Ben Affleck Batman?
Yeah, but that was Batman Superman.
Batman versus Superman. Okay, that was the lame one.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
Yeah, DC, like nowadays DC is not good.
Yeah.
I mean, with the
don't
exception of Joker, obviously.
know. Yeah, but hopefully they just take their own. They just take their own spin on stuff, or take their own way, because they keep trying to be Marvel too much. It's like, stop,
Yeah.
dude.
Shazam was so bad, bro.
Really?
I
like
hated Shazam. It's such a
I like-
childish movie.
That's true. I like Shazam though. I liked it. I liked Shazam, and I liked Aquaman.
I didn't watch that one yet.
Aquaman was good. Aquaman was it was fun. It was an adventure. It was fun.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was particularly really good, but it was a fun movie.
Did they play Ocean Man at the end?
No,
Oh, then I can't watch
of course
it. then.
they didn't.
I'll just
but,
watch SpongeBob movie if I want an adventure.
Yeah, that's true. SpongeBob movie is gold.
That was a tearjerker.
Absolute gold, dude.
When they got to Shell City.
Yeah, and then they got dried out.
Yeah. And then their
Spoilers.
tear made a heart.
Spoiler
Oh
alert.
shit! Oh shit! Hey, if you haven't watched it yet,
If you haven't watched it yet, then you should just go kill yourself.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm sorry.
You had
dude.
no childhood.
Yeah, you have no childhood. But yeah.
We don't talk about Sponge Out of Water.
Yeah, no, Sponge. Yeah.
That
There's a third one coming out with Keanu Reeves.
Oh
in it.
yeah, where he's a tumbleweed.
He's the tumbleweed. I have no idea what
Why?
I don't know what they're thinking about that.
I don't know.
Literally,
either,
John
man.
Wick is in SpongeBob.
Bro, Nickelodeon's just dancing on Steven Hillenberg's grave at this point.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah, he didn't deserve this.
Yeah.
They made a musical.
Yeah, but like Steven Hillenberg left the show after like season 3, I think.
Oh, that
season 4.
explains. But like he still like owns, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
but he was the creator.
He
was the creator.
created it. Like he's the original.
Yeah.
So many iconic characters that have endured through the ages are his creation. You
Like
know?
my leg guy.
What?
My leg.
Oh, my leg.
My leg.
Or bald.
Thinning.
Yeah.
You think I'm stalling. Stalling. You think I'm stalling. That was so funny.
Yeah, I guess.
Bro, SpongeBob movie was like one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was
Whenever
really
I was
good.
a kid, I could not stop laughing.
And it had some pretty good songs too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Now that we're men.
Killer soundtrack.
Yeah, honestly,
Killer soundtrack.
John Williams can't compare.
Yes. Speaking of killer soundtracks, bro, I was listening to Pink Floyd last night.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Tell me about it.
And I was like, because I haven't listened to it like in a while, and I was like, you know what, I'm feeling some Pink Floyd. And then I pulled up, what is it called? The talking one. Talk to me.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Yeah, with featuring Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. That was so funny. Literally all the comments were like, "Rip Stephen Hawking, he's talking to the universe now," and I was like, "Shut up, dude."
They probably have a sound bite of Stephen Hawking
Yeah.
on like a soundboard somewhere.
Yeah.
That they used to make that. Yeah, Pink Floyd's like always trying to experiment with different things.
Oh yeah, dude.
They try to make an album called Household Objects, and all the tracks on that album would be made like all the sounds
It's like ASMR.
kinda like they'd be like
Music.
scraping like
Ah.
utensils
Sounds like a
together.
Phineas and bro. I watched this video about Phineas and Ferb and it's like analyzing why it's such a great show, and honestly, like it's such a gem, dude. Phineas and Ferb,
It is
such a
definitely-
gem.
You'd need like a full length documentary
Yeah.
to explain.
The
how-
video was long too.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb is such a good like.
Such a good show, and they made a new song literally every episode, dude.
Yeah, they did,
Every episode,
and
they
they were
made a
all
new-
bangers. Like
They were
they
all
never
bangers.
missed, bro.
No,
They
not
never
a-
missed.
all of them were so good.
I know, because
If you
got
play it-
rhythm.
Cause I ain't got rhythm.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Kitchi kitchi coo means I love
Oh, bro, that one at the mall.
Yeah.
The one where
In the
Candace joins
mall.
a band.
you. We're roping cattle in the mall.
Yeah, and
X Games.
they
Or
had
the F Games.
or the Backyard Beach episode.
Backyard beach. A backyard beach.
Yeah,
And
they had a member of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, yeah.
in the
I
movie.
remember that. Yeah. And
How can you
Shaka
top
Khan
that?
was in there.
Who?
Shaka Khan,
Who's that?
some singer.
I don't know.
They like saying it was like the longest day of summer.
That's the movie, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The longest day of summer. The one where Phineas is like, "Get on the trike."
The what?
Where he's like, where Candace they have like it's like the home stretch to make it back to their house,
Mm,
and then they all get on bikes, but Candace has like this little tricycle,
yeah.
and she's like, "Phineas, I'm not riding this tricycle." He's like, "Candace, we're in a hurry, we have to go." She's like, "Phineas, I'm not riding in this tricycle," and then he's like snaps, and he's like, "Get on the trike."
Oh, Phineas snaps.
Yeah.
Holy
It was
crap.
really funny. It was like so unexpected though, because he had never done that ever. I was like, "Oh shoot."
It would be more wild if Ferb snapped though.
Yeah, but
You know?
Ferb's a guy. Ferb's a stud, dude.
He is.
My boy copped.
I don't know what
He copped
Isabella.
Vanessa, dude. Like how?
Oh yeah. Doofenshmirtz's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
I know what's wrong with you. You're busted.
That's another banger.
I know. They
So
just
many,
keep coming
so-
back to me.
So many bangers, dude.
Or the one where Phineas and Ferb's parents had an anniversary, so they
Yeah.
brought back Love Handle.
Yes. I'm fabulous. I'm fabulous.
Yeah, and what is it? I honestly don't think they made a better Nickelodeon, or not Nickelodeon, like a Disney show.
Oh yeah, definitely. All those other Disney shows are trash compared to Phineas and
Yeah.
Ferb. Absolute trash. Jessie,
But even the old ones, like they were
Kim
good, but still
Possible.
hey,
Nope.
no, I can't have you talking
Not
trash
compared
about
to-
Kim
not-
Possible.
I'm not trashing Kim Possible, but compared to Phineas and Ferb,
Yeah,
it's
no,
trash.
compared to Phineas and
Comparatively.
Ferb.
Comparatively.
Yeah, but it did have a good
Oh,
opening
dude,
theme.
that opening thing was a banger, dude. What's the sitch?
Yeah, I mean, like
Sing
obviously
it for us, man. No.
in Arabic or in English.
Awla.
I will do it. No, I'm joking. But yeah, like
Do the Dragon Ball theme in Arabic.
قلت تحدي قلنا أمل قلنا شجاعة قلت عمل
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
That was a banger.
It was, yeah.
Detective Conan too.
المحقق كونان. Yeah, all of them were good, bro. You can't,
Yeah.
and like they all the
Oh, bro.
Arabic channels, they were all like really old school anime,
Mm.
like not
Yu Yu
90s,
Oh,
like
really?
70s,
Oh, dang.
like really old
Gundam?
shit. Not even Gundam,
God.
Grendizer.
God dang,
Uh,
dude.
Don't talk to me if you don't know what grandizer is.
Dang.
Like, my
I'm not
parents may
well-versed in
claim
the ways.
that they don't watch anime, but they did growing up.
They don't. They didn't.
They just don't know.
They just didn't know how to identify it.
Yeah, bro. See this shit?
Oh
What do you know about this, bro?
God dang, I don't know that, dude. My knowledge does not
Extend.
extend that far back in time.
Yeah. And yeah, just growing up watching Arabic dubs was such a trip. But what was the original? Oh, Kim Possible.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch was a good one.
Lilo and Stitch was
You
good.
can't, yeah, that one was really good.
I love that show.
And the movie was really good
The
too.
movie was really good.
Disney originals back in the day were pretty good too.
Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. You remember that?
That
You don't
sounds
remember that?
so familiar, but I don't.
You
I
don't
remember.
remember?
No.
Oh dang, bro. That was so funny. It had Brenda Song in it. It was a London Tipton.
Oh.
The girl who played London Tipton.
Oh, now it sounds
She was
really
like
familiar.
she was like kung fu, and then her cousin was there. Her cousin taught her like kung fu, and then she had to like fight
so
some
weird.
stone animals.
Because like you see, like Tipton's a dumbass
Yeah.
in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
But in Wendy Wu, she was a badass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just it's so weird
Yeah,
seeing the.
but it was really good.
It
Sky
was.
High.
Sky High.
Remember Sky High? Dude.
My Hero Academia never existed. Bro, I can't compare.
Sky High was the inspiration for it.
Honestly. Probably was.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. Sky High was so good.
The Wizards of Waverly Place, where they like travel back in time.
I never
and
watched
their parents
I never watched Wizards, and I never watched Sweet Life.
on deck or of Zack and Cody.
Both.
Ooh.
My parents wouldn't let us watch
The live action ones?
live action shows. The only one I got away with was Drake and Josh.
Because they had kissing.
Yeah, they had kissing and stuff, so we couldn't watch it.
Disney XD was pretty good too.
Yeah, they had kissing, so that's the only reason. That's the only reason. Because it
Mm.
was probably hilarious, but just like
They were.
literally my luck would be so bad. Like
They
I
would
remember
walk in.
yeah, like I remember one time I was watching Drake and Josh, and there's like a kissing scene. It was like Drake kissing some random girl. And my mom walked in. She was like, "What are you watching?" And I was like 8. I was like, "I'm watching Drake and Josh." She's like, "You can't watch that anymore." And I was like, "All right, fine."
You had to watch it under the covers.
Yeah, I had to watch that under the covers. It was
Mm.
hilarious though, so worth it.
Did you
Drake and Josh was hilarious.
Did you watch that one show with Mario Lopez?
Mario
Or was it
Lopez?
Mario Gomez?
Mario
or-
Gomez?
No. The guy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
George Lopez?
Yeah, that guy.
I'm Mr. Electric.
He had a different show.
It was called I think it was just called George Lopez. Or no, George.
I think it was the George Lopez show.
No, it was something else. It was on Nick.
Yeah, it was like Nick at Night.
George Lopez show. What was it called? It was just called George Lopez.
Oh, just George Lopez?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever he had really long hair.
He wasn't.
He had long hair. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was a good one. But you had to stay up until like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. to watch it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or you just like if you like pass out on the couch, and then you leave the TV on,
Yeah.
and you wake up.
You wake up, you're like, what is going on? Yeah, I remember whenever it would be really late at night, it would be like 1 or 2 in the morning. All the shows would like Nick and cartoon. It would be like Adult Swim and Nick at Night.
Oh.
So I wouldn't watch those. So I couldn't watch those. So me and my sister, we would just watch Food Network. We would go to
Chopped.
Food Network. We used to watch Unwrapped.
Good Eats.
Good Eats.
Ooh, Good Eats is a good
Good
one,
Eats
bro.
is one of my favorite shows,
Good
dude.
Eats is a good one.
Such a good show.
I know.
Good
Alton
Eats-
Brown's a genius.
I love Alton Brown so much, dude. He's such a chill guy, man.
He is.
I love Good Eats like down to my core. One of my
Mhm.
favorite shows ever in the history of ever.
Would you say that's why you love cooking so much?
Yeah, definitely that's one part of it because one is I'm a big boy, so I love to
Mm.
eat,
Yes.
but I love food. So I love food, so I love to eat food and I love to make food cuz whenever I was a kid, I would be like cuz my mom's a really good cook. And so she would make all this stuff and I was like, "How do you make this? How do you make this?" And my mom's like very she's very like traditional. She's like, "Oh, don't worry, you're a boy. You don't need to learn how to cook."
Boy,
And,
is she wrong.
And I was like, what the fuck? That's really fucked up.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, so, and then I remember the first thing that I made was eggs, and I tried to make scrambled eggs, and but I didn't put any oil in the pan.
Oh.
I might have been like 10 or 11, I think, and I was trying to make like scrambled eggs and or like a breakfast sandwich.
So you
We
got
had like
like
croissants.
50% of the eggs back.
It was completely stuck to the pan. I was like, why isn't it working? And then I saw my mom like later, and then I cleaned it up and stuff before my mom got back home. But and then I was like, why is it stuck like this? And then I was like, oh, you have to put oil in it.
Mm-hmm. You
So that
learned the
was
hard
fun.
way.
Yeah, but yeah, I love cooking. I'd say the main part is me loving food, loving eating it, and loving making it, where it comes from and stuff. I love that. And then I love to make stuff on my own because it's very fulfilling.
It is.
And
very.
then, and then also good eats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say those three things.
I just don't like how. So like our parents have been cooking for like years now, so they're able to whip up anything on the spot.
Yeah.
Like you could ask them. I could ask my mom to make any dish
Mm-hmm.
that I can name off the top of my head, and she'd be able to make it without even like looking at a recipe
Yeah.
book or anything.
Oh yeah, no, you don't have to look at recipes, bro. Because the way my mom cooks, she just goes by feel.
Yeah, it just goes exactly. So they go by feel.
That's a really hard skill to get, man.
Yeah, like as a beginner, you can't
as
just
a
go
beginner,
by feel.
As a beginner, you cannot teach a beginner cook to go by feel.
Yeah,
you
just,
have
you
to
know,
teach
just add a
them
little
go
bit
by
of
the
this.
You have to teach them go by the recipe, and then afterwards, once they get a taste, then they go by feel. Cause I can cook by feel now, most of the time, but I used to not be able to.
Mm.
I used to just have to like follow recipes or whatever. But now I just like throw in some spices. I'm like, yeah, that looks good. And it's a really convenient skill. So then you don't have to like take out the measuring cups or measuring spoons
Right, yeah.
all the time.
It is.
It's like 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper. It's like you just throw some salt and pepper in there, man.
Yeah, salt and pepper to taste.
Yeah, to taste.
So you want to call it?
We still got like 20 minutes. It's 2:40.
Oh yeah.
2:40.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying that 'cause we hit the hour mark. But if you want to go to the end of the reservation, that's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
We're limited to how we can actually use the room up to 4 hours.
God dang.
Yeah. So
4 hours. I think the most we'll probably ever do, the longest episode will be like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
we'll do like a charity stream.
Yeah. Maybe later. But we have to make it. We definitely have to make this a habit. We're gonna try and get a weekly schedule
Yeah.
going on,
I think we definitely can.
'cause we can do it. I think 'cause from what we were talking about like on the way here, I think Thursday is gonna be the best recording day,
Probably, yeah.
and then we can upload like Saturday or Sunday or something.
Mhm. Yeah, but
Or maybe we can just upload like right now actually.
yeah,
sign
we
in.
could actually.
Yeah.
So
So that would be good, I think.
well, I don't know how long it would take, to be honest. But
Oh yeah,
so
that's true. To render,
the internet, I don't know if it would need to render.
it would
'Cause-
probably be pretty fast.
Oh wait, so the whole reason why I render
Yeah.
is because, like, to put the picture
Mm-hmm.
on, so it's not just an audio file, it's a video file with audio and the picture.
Yeah, the
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
our
the
logo,
are very inspired, very
very artisanal,
very artistic,
graphic
you know?
designed, $3,000 logo.
Yeah, like we had to go hire a freelance
Yeah.
graphic designer with
Mhm.
over 20 years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should probably rework
Yeah,
the logo eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe
we'll work on it.
Once we hit like
I was thinking
50
about-
subscribers,
Yeah,
then we'll change it up.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We got like 3, I think.
3?
I think maybe like 6.
Nah, bro. I think we've hit a dozen.
No,
Already.
no, we didn't.
We had to.
I promise you, we didn't.
All right.
Let me see real quick. I love that battery, man.
What better?
Than our thing.
Oh yeah, and the cup of coffee.
Yes.
You already know.
Yes. Let's see. We have 12 subscribers.
On the money, bro.
A dozen subscribers.
On the money, bro. Yep.
Dang.
We couldn't be here without the support, you know, of
For
our
real.
of our patrons on Patreon.
Yeah, but we also kind of deserve only 12 because we didn't record at all.
This channel deserves to go back to square one.
Yeah.
But
We've come a long way.
we have. But I think we're like the most long-lived podcast in the inner circle,
In the area.
in the area, yeah, in the radius. I mean, we had some competition with Hamza and Wase.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They had coffee talks,
Oh, you're right.
but see,
We
Look at them
outlasted
now.
them. Yeah, we outlasted them.
yes,
That's okay.
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But anyway, back on topic. When are you gonna run that half marathon?
Oh, I don't know, dude. When should I do it? Maybe like a couple weeks. I'm not sure.
Do you?
I didn't really run all that much.
Yeah.
But I did a lot of like jump rope and shadow boxing and stuff. So I can definitely feel like my cardio was going up. 'Cause like before I came back, I think it was on Thursday or Friday night. I was doing one of my famous garage sessions. And so what I do is like I'll just switch between exercises. So like I did a minute of jump rope and then some ab stuff and then some snatches with my dumbbells.
Yeah.
And then after that I did a minute of shadow boxing with the little 2-pound weights. And then but it's after a minute. So I did a minute of that and then I didn't really feel that winded. And so yeah, but usually like whenever I started out I was like really winded after like 20 seconds. But now I actually like feel pretty comfortable, so I think I might have to up it to like a minute 15, a minute 30. But yeah, I can definitely feel my cardio going up. And then also once jiu-jitsu starts up again, then I'll be rolling again, and then my cardio will go up even more too. So
Yeah, 'cause I think with with wrestling and jiu-jitsu, you gotta have like a lot of cardio.
yeah,
Tire your opponent out.
Yeah, definitely. There's stamina is a lot. Stamina is a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll run the marathon, that specific marathon on the 14th, because my spring break plans are kind of tentative right now.
Yeah.
But I do plan on being able to run a marathon.
Yeah.
By that time.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I mean, over the break, I broke records from like 3 years ago when I was like
whenever you were really light.
in my prime.
Yeah. How much did you weigh whenever you came here? 140 something.
Nah, I wasn't that light.
155.
I'd say 160 is probably closer to it.
What are you at now?
160,
180?
155.
What are you at now?
Yeah, I think I'm at 180.
180.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It kind of fluctuates. So like after a run, I'll be at like, and it's been a while since I weighed, but I think 180 is pretty.
Yeah, I was like
accurate.
225 this morning, I think.
How light were you when you came in? You didn't really change ever since.
Oh yeah, I didn't really. I don't know. I was whenever I graduated, I think I might have been like 215. I was like 215. I was like 215 to 220. And then freshman year, I ate a lot, like
Yes.
a lot, and then I started putting up really heavy numbers on the weights, and I got up to like 240, I think.
The legendary 4-plate deadlift.
Yeah. And then during the summer after freshman year, I deadlifted 405, and then I was like, and then after that, I don't think I lifted for the rest of the summer. I just did like
Seriously?
Yeah, I swear.
After that deadlift, you just stopped.
I swear.
What?
I swear to God.
Huh?
I don't know why. I was like, all right, I'll go back. I'll be back on.
Maybe you
the
felt
next
like
day.
you just finished the game. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know. I just never went back for some reason. I don't remember. But then the school started up again, and then I went back, and then after that I started going to jiu-jitsu, and then I was like, I need to focus on my cardio rather than weights, bro.
Do you remember what you were listening to?
Painkiller by 3 Days Grace.
Oh yeah. I remember asking because I thought it was the Judas Priest song.
No. It's I saved that song specifically for like really heavyweights.
Heavy lifts.
Heavyweights.
And Under the Bridge.
Yes. Under the Bridge is for the feels.
For the feels, yes.
Yeah, but Painkiller and it wasn't 3 Days Grace, but it was like some cover band. I forgot.
Okay.
But they just like, and I listened to the 3 Days Grace Painkiller, like the one that 3 Days Grace actually has, and I was like, it doesn't hit me that same way.
The same way.
Because they did it with like more intensity, the
Right.
cover band, and it just really got me fired up.
Yeah, like
But it was a lot of fun.
like for example, Guns N' Roses, they covered "Knocking on Heaven's Door" by Bob Dylan,
Knock, knock, knock.
and like both versions are pretty good, but Guns N' Roses is like, I don't know, like a different. It's almost like a different song, and the way that it was. Oh yeah, and when I was watching Once Upon a Time, there was on the radio it was playing California Dreamin', but it was like a cover of California Dreamin', and it was like so much more bluesy.
Beautiful.
It was really good.
I gotta get into blues, man. I like the genre.
Mm.
Like, remember we started listening to that one from Tom and Jerry, the song from Tom and Jerry.
I got a girl who's always late.
Yeah. I got a gal who's always late. Every time we're on a date.
But I love her. I'm gonna ask her.
Yeah, bro. That was
Is you is or is you ain't my baby.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that was a
That
good song.
was such a banger, dude.
Yep.
That
But,
song was good.
like,
I was like,
music
ooh,
from
okay.
that genre, from that era, is like unknown to me.
Oh yeah, dude. That's completely southern, dude.
But even from that time period,
Southern, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But like, no, I listened to a lot of I forgot. One week I just like straight up just kept looking at like all these old singers like from the 40s. So I started
40s. Oh man.
from the 40s. So like I went at Frank Sinatra stuff from the 40s,
Mm.
and then I just transitioned to like some other people. I forgot all their names honestly, but some of them had some real bangers, man.
You ever listen to
They had some
Big Iron?
big no.
What?
They had
how
some, they
old
had some
is that
really
one?
pretty singers back in the day, bro.
Do you ever
in the
listen
40s?
to Johnny Cash?
Yeah, I listened a little bit to Johnny Cash.
I think I'm gonna try to get into Johnny Cash.
He's an acquired taste, I'd say, but I like him. I
It-
can dig it.
'Cause he's like country but different, you know.
He's like the
Almost.
dark because whenever he came out, he was like the black horse of country. So
Mm.
he went out like all black suit, black everything. He was like the darker kind of country.
Emo country.
Yeah, he was like the emo kind of country, but it was really good.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's like an
Oh yeah, dude.
American treasure. But yeah, like the oldest is like that I tend to listen to. Like the old music that I tend to
Mhm.
listen to doesn't tend to be like American. It tends to be
Mhm.
like English.
Yeah.
So like Pink Floyd and King Crimson,
Yeah.
and Cream and all those other bands.
Man, King Crimson, dude.
Did you ever listen to like Red, the whole album?
I got like halfway through it, I think.
Mm.
It was good though. I liked it.
Yeah. Starless is still my favorite song.
Mm.
Fallen Angel is an amazing song too. And
I can't pick a favorite song. I don't think there's so much music out there, dude.
you don't think
I can't pick a favorite song.
it's like
I've listened to so much music.
I've like after a
Also-
year
yeah.
of listening to Starless,
Yeah.
I still get chills
Dang.
from listening to it.
Dang.
And it's not like I've listened to it every now and then. Like I listen to it like a lot.
Dang. That's crazy, man. Because
Yeah.
like for me with Painkiller, like I don't listen to it at all to save like its potency.
Right.
You know. Same thing with Under the Bridge
Under the Bridge, yeah.
by Red Hot Chili Peppers. It like I just save it for the potency.
Right,
you
yeah.
know?
So and King Crimson has like I think just because Starless is my favorite song, that just makes Red my favorite album. But otherwise, In the Court of the Crimson King is like a really close second. Because I rarely ever listen to an album where all the tracks are tens,
Yeah.
and I think in the Court of the Crimson King is like
Yeah, definitely.
d-
Court of the
tens
Kings
all
and
around.
King.
The Crimson Chin.
The Crimson Here he comes, the Crimson Chin.
Yeah, like all the tracks are tens.
Yeah.
And then Larkstung. I don't know if you listened to that one.
Mm-mm.
Larkstung was a really good album, and Discipline was great for like a completely different reason. Because the thing is with King Crimson, their lineup kept changing.
Yeah.
Like in the Court of the Crimson King, they had Greg Lake and not Bill Bruford yet, Robert Fripp and like Peter Giles. And so Greg Lake left. And Greg Lake is like one of the best vocalists in prog rock. Like he wanted to go make his own band called Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And I don't know if you listened to Tarkus.
Yeah, you should.
Did you listen to Tarkus?
Yeah, it's on our playlist, I think.
Yeah, so he made that song.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever watch Black Klansman?
Black Klansman? No.
With Adam Driver?
Is that a Jordan Peele movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
It's
no, I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, it's really good, but like one of the songs was on that movie was Lucky Man. And that's a really good song too. But yeah, after that, like they had a rough patch. And then the legendary lineup, John Wetton, Bill Bruford, and Robert Fripp again.
Oh,
and that lineup for those 3 albums, those 3 albums were gold. But then, what's his name? Wetton leaves, and he goes to start Asia. The same Asia that like inspired the Redstone of Asia.
Oh, okay.
So you can see where the JoJo's references come in.
Cool.
And like Bruford. Bruford and Tarkus. And then Discipline had Adrian Bellew for vocals, and that album is just like it's completely different from anything else they put out.
Yeah.
But it's still such a good album. And after that, they kind of just like, flatlined.
Yeah. But I mean, good things can only last so long.
Exactly. Yeah. There can never be a band that puts out quality content for like its entire. It's like you either die the hero, or you live long enough to become the villain.
To see yourself become the villain. Yeah.
So like Chris Cornell, for example, like with Audio Slave and Soundgarden, he was putting out great music consistently until he died. Who else?
Who else was it?
There's Motorhead. Let Me Kill Mister.
Yeah.
He's like the main vocals and the bassist, and he died too soon, fortunately.
Rest in peace.
Oh, Cliff Burton from Metallica. Right, like he was Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Kill 'Em All. Those are all such great albums. And then he just had to go and die.
Dude. For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yeah. Did you ever?
I think that's probably my favorite Metallica song.
That is a really good one. Did you ever watch? Did you ever like look up how he died? So they were riding on a tour bus, and Kirk Hammett, which is like another guitarist, and Cliff Burton were arguing about who gets to take the bunk in the back.
Yeah.
And they sorted out by drawing cards. And Cliff draws the Ace of Spades, so he wins. And so he gets the bunk in the back, and then while they're sleeping, the truck or the bus like flips over, and the rest of the band members are fine, but since Cliff is in the back, he ends up having the bus fall on top, falls. The bus falls on top.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he ends up dying that way. And
that's crazy.
See, the thing is, the bus driver, says that there was black ice, but James Hetfield walked down that road for miles, and he never saw any black ice. So
was the driver a Russian spy? No, I'm kidding.
He might have been.
Iranian spy.
Hey man, I bet the Iranians vibe to
Yeah.
Master of Puppets
yeah,
and Ride the
that's
Lightning.
true. All right. Well, we got. I think we're gonna call it. We're gonna
Yeah.
call it a day in a second.
Before they kick
So-
us out.
Yeah, before they kick us out. So we're almost done here. So next episode, I think when should we start? So today is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be up on like
It'll be up by
before.
tonight, probably.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah. I mean, like, I
can
don't
see.
have that much to do, so
Okay.
I'll put it up.
Okay, but yeah, so we're gonna try and upload at once every week. For just once every week, maybe on the weekend or something.
Wait, you're going back for the long weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm going back for.
So you won't be here Monday.
I will be here Monday. Yeah.
Oh, you will be.
Yeah, 'cause Monday and then Tuesday starts classes.
No, but there's MLK Day.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna come back on Monday.
So you're coming back on Monday.
Yeah.
All right, we can record then.
Is this place even gonna be open?
We can ask.
Okay. So I think we should start doing just a really short segments. You know.
Yeah.
Well, like I really love the long, 'cause this one was really flow. I like the vibe of this one.
Yeah.
I love the flow of this episode, especially with the studio and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
How we upgraded. But like maybe in the beginning we can have like little segments.
Yeah, I think
Like
so
for
too.
books or like for books, and then I kind of want to talk about like what's going on in MMA,
Right. Yeah.
and you can be like the what's it called, the outsider's perspective
Right. Yeah.
or whatever, you know,
The
whatever.
unbiased opinion.
Yeah, the unbiased opinion. So yeah, all right guys, we're gonna call it a day. So we'll see you in the next episode.
Peace.